Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Boy, drama on the streets of PulseChain again. Just when you can't think you're going to have a Black Swan event, you have another one. And okay, so we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about BetterBank and the latest updates from the BetterBank team, as well as more news around the BetterBank flows as well. So we're going to talk about that coming up soon. So we'll wait for that. We're obviously going to get into the stock market. We're going to talk about the crypto market. And, of course, get into PulseChain markets as well. We also saw the sharp link buy more Ethereum, and we're going to talk about that as well. So we've got quite a few things to say. What else? We've got also going to do Unity update as well. So let's see what is performing well and not performing well right now. I almost got a Superman cowlick today. Not quite there on the Superman cowlick. It's almost there. Not quite today. I'm going to have to get the haircut a bit differently there. We got probably a viewer in the house there. Excellent. Big shout out probably to you. Big shout out. Glad you can make it today. I know you're pretty busy. All right, so let's get into it without further ado. Let's kick it off with the stock market and see how things are going on over there for what, Tuesday? Only Tuesday. Well, Monday was quite the bit of the sell-off, right? So let's hope that Tuesday's stock market was a bit better. We got Q Baller in the house there. Morning all. Would be great if it would be smooth and sailing with limited dramas. Yeah. How many Black Swan and Grey Swan events have there been? And even though we're now free from the SEC since the 7th of July, we still have some of these issues, right? So, yeah, just the way it goes. Now, before we get into the show, if you guys haven't shared the show on X, make sure you hit that repost button. It really does help a lot with the algorithms, of course. So get into that as well, and also get into the chat too. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to follow on YouTube, follow on X as well. But let's get straight into it and see where we're going here. So kind of cool. We've got the S&P 500 climbs as healthcare and tech gain. And, of course, NVIDIA earnings loom. The other thing we had on today was Trump's cabinet meeting was on. It was the record length, apparently 3.5 hours long cabinet meeting. So that was on today as well. I did watch most of it. Well, at a very quick pace, but pretty cool. We've got Dow Jones there. Is up a 30%, 135 points to 45,418. Let's see where that is on the record levels. How we're doing? Yeah, pretty much around all-time highs. S&P 500 is up 0.4%, 26 points to 6,465. Also up at level record highs there. Let's look at the yearly chart there. Yeah, pretty much around the record levels, just below it. The NASDAQ there is up 0.44%, 95 points to 21,544. And that is on the move right now. And how's that doing? Yeah, pretty much around the all-time highs as well on the chart there. Look at that, pretty just off the top there. We got the US dollar at 98. Let's have a look at the commodities. We got West Texas $63.46, up a 30%. Brent oil is at $66.69, down 2.25%. And we got a gold there at $3,441, up a 0.25%, $8, and silver there at $38.68. Also getting ready. I guess it's trying to get ready to get over that $40 mark, right? That's the old silver at the moment. So let's have a look at a few of the other things. We obviously had Fed independence in spotlight. Trump released a letter on social media announcing Cook's removal late Monday. We talked about that briefly yesterday. I think Brennan posted that in the chat. Trump said the firing was tied to allegations of mortgage fraud and that there was sufficient cause for her removal. And, of course, the allegations were raised earlier in August by the Federal House Finance Agency Director William Pult. Cook denied the allegations had said that she would not be bullied out of her position. Cook is set to file a lawsuit against Trump to move to dismiss her, but President said on Tuesday that he was prepared for a legal battle. But Trump announced of her removal marks his latest attack against the Fed, and the president seen repeatedly attempting to exert more influence over the central bank. Cook is a member of the Fed's 7-member rate-setting board. Trump sparked a heightened uncertainty over the Fed's independence, with political interference and central bank threatening to undermine U.S. economic credibility. Well, I don't think it's very neutral anymore. I think the Democrats pretty much had taken hold of it. So to get that back to neutral would be quite a good thing. The Fed had traditionally operated outside the government's sphere of influence. Had it really? Had it really? Trump had earlier this year also attempted to remove Fed Jerome Powell, who had largely rejected the president's call. Now, Jerome Powell's been going around universities declaring his Democratic position. So, I mean, you make of it what you will. Isn't he supposed to shut up about things like that? So, yeah, not very neutral, is it? So that's kind of where we are right now. Now, consumer confidence fell to a reading of 97 in August from an upwardly revised 98, though the decline was still less than expected. New orders for key U.S. manufactured capital goods increased more than expected in July, suggesting business spending of equipment got off to a strong start in the third quarter. And this is what we're expecting, right? Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, talking about third, fourth quarter starting to be the beginning of the golden age of America, where things would really start to pick up. And that's looks like we're seeing a little bit of evidence there for that. Non-defense capital goods orders, excluding aircraft, a closely watched proxy for business spending, surged 1.1% last month, with a revised 0.6% decline in June, Commerce Department census said. However, orders for durable goods, items ranging from toasters to aircrafts meant to last 3 years or more fell to 2.8%, pulled down by fewer commercial aircraft bookings, etc. So there we go. The better than expected economic data, just as investors continue to price in a separate rate cut. We now expect the FOMC to cut rates by 25 basis points in September and followed with quarterly cuts of 25 basis points to a terminal rate of 2.75%. So that's 75 basis points, I think it is. 3.5. No, actually, got the even lower. So they got that's two. What's it? 3, 1.5. That's 1 3/4 percentage points there by the end of 26. By the end of next year. Looking ahead to Thursday, the estimate of the second quarter GDP and the latest jobless claims are also due. But also the other thing that we're looking forward to is the PCE rate on Friday, right? So that is the marks there. So there we go. Also, we've got NVIDIA earnings are coming up. So that's going to be a big deal around AI theme that we've been experiencing, right? So that's NVIDIA. That's pretty much it on that. So a lot of economic update there. But let's get into the old crypto, shall we? And talk about that. Let's go full screen for crypto. And let's have a look who's jumped in there. We've got Wookie in the house there. Wookie is here for the fraud. Here for the fraud. I don't know if it's a fraud, but it was a exploit on the old BetterBank. Let's have a look here. So we've got CoinGecko. Currently, what is it? CoinGecko at the moment. We've got the total market cap at 3.96 trillion. Up 2.4%, so that's good news. 18,424 coins. It's really been jumping lately. Have you noticed coins on the CoinGecko list? Bitcoin is at 111,961, so we've got a nice little bounce back there, up 1.6%. Ethereum is up 5%, which is fantastic, back to 4,600. We've got XRP at number 3, up 5.4% at $3.01. We've got BNB at number 5, up 3%, $864. Solana at number 6, up 5.1%. At $196.60. We've got Tron at number 9, up 2.6% at 35 cents. And our top 10 is Doge, 4.4% at just under 22 cents right now, is the old Doge there. So to get in the top 10, you need a $33 billion market cap. That's where we are right now. Let's have a look at the best performer over the last 24 hours. Well, essentially, it's been XRP, up 5.4%, but followed pretty closely by Ethereum and Solana. Let's have a look. What else? Over the last week, the best performer has been Ethereum, up 11.3%, and that's quite, they're out on their own. Top 100, we've got Kronos at number 30 is number 1 for the last week, up 47%. And OKB number 44 is up 42%. Number 2, sitting at number 39 is Aave. It's up 19.6%. And then Hyperliquid, which is at number 14, is up 16.4%. And then finally, we've got obviously Kinetic Staked Hype at number 74 is up 14.6% for the week. So, we've got a couple of good double-digit gains there in the top 100. Moving to top 1,000, we've got Dymo, BNB Attestation Service, and Numeraire. They're all up trending right now. And let's have a quick look at each of these. We've got Dymo, that is in the top 1,000, right? So number 835. And it's had a little bounce off the bottom there. It's been around since 16th of December 22, and having a bounce from basically 5 cents to just over 11 cents there at the moment, and that is on the move. So kind of cool. Let's have a look at the website, Dymo. And smarter, simple driving there. So rewards, shopping. So meet Doma, your AI-powered assistant, there at the moment. So that is access health and driving insights. So there we go. That's what that does. Let's see what else. We got BB attestation service on the move as well. So let's see what that is. It's been around since 20th of August, not very long at all. And it's about a week. And it's just been pumped the last couple of days from 1 cent all the way to 1.77 cents on the BNB chain. Let's have a look at BNB attest. BNB's native verification and reputation layer, enabling compositable KYC identity asset proof. There we go. So it's funny, we're in crypto, right? And we got all these all these KYC protocols out there. Don't we all hate that? That's pretty crap. I don't know. Not why that's one of the big solutions, but there we go. We got Numeria there as well, is on the list in the top 1,000, sitting at number 469. It is on Ethereum chain there, and what a zigzag chart's got, but just bounced from $8 all the way to $14. And let's have a look at Numer.ai. Let's have a quick look at that one, just to wrap it off. The hardest data science tournament in the world. Predict the stock market with AI to power our hedge fund. That's a bit more fun, isn't it? A bit more fun. And it's got signals. It's got a fund. It's got a leaderboard there as well. All right, so cool. So a lot of people will be into this sort of thing. Very geeky sort of thing to get into as well. We've got signals here as well. So a quick look at the signals. Join the world's largest hedge fund. That's not a bad idea, is it? Not a bad idea. So that's kind of cool. Maybe worth checking out. So that is pretty much it on the old numerator. It's number 469. Got a market of 112 million. Might be something worth checking out. So that is interesting. Trending. We've got Notcoin, Kronos, and Hyperliquid are trending today. So that's pretty much it. 3.95 trillion on the crypto market. Bitcoin almost back at 112K. Pretty important mark there. And Ethereum up 5%. Nice. 4,600. So looking good there, particularly for the PulseChain Strategic Reserve. So that's going to lead us into the PulseChain Strategic Reserve. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, baby. And we can see, actually, let's go full view again. It's probably a little bit better to see. And we can see at the moment, we got 4.36 million ETH now in the Strategic ETH Reserve, or SIR. And that is $20 billion today, guys, at 4,600 ETH. And we've got 70 participants, 3.6% of the supply now in there. Isn't that amazing? So really crazy. We've got the big new buy today is SharpLink. SharpLink disclosure, 26th of August is 56,500. SharpLink, of course, is sitting at number 2. They now have almost 800,000 Ethereum, and that means they're at 80% of their 1 million ETH target. So they're getting there pretty fast. But I suggest to you, once they get there, they're going to go, well, let's go bigger, right? That's the usual thing there. We'll see what happens though. 1 million is their target, and pretty cool, worth 3.68 billion. Their MNAV is less than 0.98, and their market cap is 3.36 billion right now. So we'll keep a lookout for that. I don't think anyone's going to beat out the Bitmine Immersion MNAV, because they have one of the top 20 volumes out on the traded out in the world there. So we'll see. So that's huge news from SharpLink. They did have an update. So let's read about the update. It's here somewhere. Where do I have it? SharpLink. Let's see here. There was an update here somewhere. Where did the update go? I had the update. Did I lose it? No, here it is. SharpLink acquired 56,000 Ethereum at $4,462, which is about $140 less than where the price is now as of 26. And we currently hold almost 800,000 ETH. Key highlights there: 360 million in net proceeds were raised through the ATM facility this past week. Total staking rewards rose 1,800 ETH since launch of Treasury, and of course, staking approximately 200 million of cash on hand yet to be deployed into ETH acquisitions. So we've still got more money to get towards that 1 million holdings. ETH concentration on a cash converted basis at 4 up over 100%. So there we go. That is it from the SharpLink. So everyone pretty happy about that. So that is the latest news. Where's PulseChain? Sitting at number 5 still. And of course, we've got sitting at 166,000 ETH. So we're looking strong. Currently valued around about $770 million. The old PulseChain. Kind of cool. What else we're going to say about that? We obviously got 10 entities now over 100,000 ETH in holdings. So that's really cool with Golem Foundation at the bottom there. Our last big purchases outside of SharpLink, of course, were Bitmine Immersion, 190,000 on 25th. And then SharpLink, it's as well, 143,000. So SharpLink been on the move quite aggressively. And before that, on the 18th, we had Bitmine Immersion with 373,000, which is pretty cool. So there's some of the big moves there as well on the list. So that's pretty much it. Let's jump away to PulseChain, I guess, next. Let's go to PulseChain, which we're going to get into BetterBank and all the drama around that. Now, BetterBank, of course, have been crushing it with the TVLs, doing incredible. We're almost there. We're going to get into the market results first for PulseChain, and then we're going to jump into the BetterBank update. Why is PulseChain down? Why is PulseChain down so much, disproportionately where it should be? And, of course, there's an exploit and a dumper, right? So we can get into that. Nice cool coffee there. Anyone likes that cool coffee? So let's get into PulseChain results. Day 837. I mean, it's not quite finished the day, but it's almost there. Price at PulseChain is at 0.0427, down 9%. So this is the type of day that you really look to buy up, scoop up some of the PulseChain cores, because obviously the guys sold the coins down. And you pick the bottom off, right? Well, the market's all in fear. So, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. And there's a typical sort of day that you want to scoop up the cheap discounts because it's on sale. All right, so 0.0427, down 9%, 43% of the mean sacrifice price. PulseX right now is 0.0306, down 12.4%. And the buy and burn sitting at 7.67%. That's going up nicely, actually, the buy and burn. And today would have definitely helped as well. So there we go. Incentive token, $1.60 is down 10%. And we've got PHEX there below a cent. OMG. So we're at a discount for sure. We're sitting at just below 9/10 of a penny. That is down 8%. And then we've got EHEX there at 1,800 a penny combined price. EHEX and PX still over 1 cent though, for combined price 1.07 cents. All right, so sail on now. Let's see the gas prices. 2.1 million beats, 3 cents for a PulseX swap right now. And then we've got validators 52,276. So, pretty similar to what we've had last week, maybe up slightly. Let's go to the bridge. Everyone likes to talk about the bridge, baby. 110 and a quarter million. So despite the exploit and those funds were getting bridged over to Ethereum, we're still holding up at 110 million. We got ETH at 6,650. We got DAI at 23.1 million, USDC at just at 20 million, and then we've got the USDC they're just below $6 million right now. So that's kind of where we are on the mark. Bitcoin's still holding around 25. So we have lost a bit of Bitcoin over the last week or so, a couple of weeks, I should say. 2 weeks, is it? 2 weeks. So that's pretty much it on that. Let's jump over to the volumes. We got $70 million of volume. OMG. So it's very good for the buy and burn on PulseX. Let's have a look at the transactions, 393,000. Unfortunately, we got all this volume and it's on a down day. It's the only negative, right? And we got siphoning out of the bridge from the exploit. Let's have a look at the tokens at the moment. We've got lots of new tokens. I'm not endorsing any of these. They're just what is performing at the moment on the default view for 24-hour trending on Deck Screen for PulseChain. 9 hours ago, we had Potato. Probably, all these are probably pop tires, right? Flying over. 2,400% right now up there at the moment. So 180K volume on 36K volume. So that's on the move. Kriska, been around for 6 months, so a lot longer. That's up 2,400%. Looks like someone pumped that out of nowhere, no doubt. Let's have a quick look at that. I'm obviously not endorsing it. Just let's have a look and see. Look at that. Welcome to the chain. And of course, there we go. Meet Kiska, a Ukrainian for cat, a girl cat. There we go. My mum tells me that he was abandoned when the neighbor moved. There we go. So there we go. So how much volume? That was a lot of volume in there. 432K. Who knows what they are. Before that, it was doing a couple of thousand at best. And sometimes next to nothing. So there we go. Keep away, as they say. Keep away. We got Pikachu there, which is not necessarily. What is this? Pikachu. Pikachu there. That's been around for an hour, so that's just launched and got massive volume. 583K volume. What? Over 74K of liquidity there. So not sure who launched that, but that's pretty crazy. We got Vouch, of course, which is a legit project there with Vouch staking. Been around for 11 days, and that is up 275% from the looks of it. Although I thought the token just launched yesterday, so I'm not sure what Vouch one that is, so be careful out there. What else we got? Die Hard on the back of PDI. That is up 62% today, which is kind of counterintuitive, but it was down 19%. So let's have a quick look at this one. Got wick down today. Let's have a look at the hourly chart there. Now, obviously, PDI was part of the exploit assault, so that got pretty much smashed earlier today. What else? We got Rat BNB up 52% as well. So we've got lots of weird coins almost. There's a lot of weird coins at the leaderboard today. We've got DevC there, been around for 10 days, up 23% as well. Besides Die Hard there, maybe Vouch. You have to check that's 11 days. I don't know if that's the original one, so question mark. But DevC there, up 23%, and then Time Dividend. So we get, got a proper quality project here, up 8% for Time Dividend. So it's good to see a quality project wallet there, and that chart's still looking pretty good, right? So there we go, 38/100th of a penny right now. Let's add an RSI to the old Time Dividend and see how that chart is looking in terms of room to move. It is pretty hot up there, around 70 on the weekly. Let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart still got room to move, 56. So this chart's still got some room to move on that. That's on Time Dividend. Now, the other interesting one, of course, we know that Firewhale is launching his X Game casino, and actually X Game is at number 9. So it's actually holding up really well. Now, obviously, that has a certain type of ownership structure, so maybe that's just part of the thing that's hasn't moved it down as aggressively with the rest of the market. But X Game there is actually holding up pretty well. It did have a wick down, I see here, to 21.34. So I guess arguably, that's not so hot. But then someone came in and thought, man, that's a deal. And it came and picked it up because, we're expecting this probably to launch in the second half of September. So it's still got a few weeks to go. And as you guys know, a few weeks in crypto is might as well be 2 years, right? Might as well be 2 years. But it is coming up. And so, we've had RSI down at 38. So X Game, really good opportunity in there. But once again, do your own due diligence. And nice, you're getting a nice little discount there. Still got higher lows and higher highs in the chart. And let's see where we go. We have got a negative cross here on the 9 day moving average, but it's just crossing below all the other averages. But apart from that, it may have wicked down to it's 21 support. So we'll see where that goes from here. It's got plenty of room, probably in the RSI to do a nice rebound. We'll see. So X Game coming to multi-chain environment. So looking forward to that. We got UpX along with this other one, right? With Vouch up here, I think, association there, I think, isn't they? Down 2.6%. Everything else is pretty much down, guys. Look, Brea's making the comeback. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's from Rack and Michelle. We've got all the whale stuff on the move today. Even though if it's modest, it's still modest, but we're in a pretty negative day from the assault on BetterBank and the exploit. And so we're currently it's just rounding off. It's just going to round off. We're rounding off a bottom on the old Bria token, and of course, Coinwell is getting closer. Rack and Michelle posting more sneak peeks of Coinwell imagery, at least imagery, asking what sort of services do we want today on the old Coinwell, and of course, people saying Bria staking, Bria liquid LPs, Bria everything, Bria, or you can eat Bria, pretty much. So we're at 0000334 right now on the old Bria there, and that's looking like is that rounding off? It's kind of looking like it. We'll keep a lookout for that though. We are getting down. How many days left till Coinwell launches? Well, there we go. It's full mode there, full mode. That is Coinwell. So it's getting closer. How many days away? If we exclude today, why is that ruler not working? Exclude today, then we are looking at 16 days, guys. 16 days at the max. It was 27 days, and we're counting it down. 16 days to go at the max. Could launch before that. Could launch slightly earlier. Could launch even in here. Maybe even earlier. Maybe could be. We'll keep an eye on that. Bria on. So what's going to happen to the Bria token? Let's have a look. See what happens there. Could be a great buy, just like X Game. So all the whale strategies, right? That's the X Game and the Bria. What else there? We got Soil Sun Minimal holding up pretty well, 42. Now I did see some talk there about Soil doing some migration to Solana, so we'll have to check up on that. I haven't managed to have time to check that, but that may be the case as well. So we're going to keep a lookout for them. We got that's been around for 3 months. We got some of the other teams that have kind of been popular recently. The old Sparta with the Hex Dow, I should say, down 5%. Teddy Bear down 5% there at the moment. Firewell's other pump tires. Remember this. So Firewell has Solid X, but also has 3 pump tires. Firewell, so there's pump tires number 1 X game for the cash game. What does it call it? Crash game, I should say. That's coming. Then there's Firewell, which is kind of his own meme coin for himself. And then there's Solid X, which is basically the pump tires version of the actual Solid X. A little confusing there, but they basically probably minted it so that other people wouldn't do it, right? So other people wouldn't do it. And that is down 6.7%. But we haven't seen this actually on the deck screen for a little while, which is pretty interesting. So they seem to be back up on the board. ALGO down here as well, another hex derivative. So got hex derivative there, and we've also got 9-inch down here as well, down 7%. So yeah, we've got a few here. Hex obviously down there, 9mm. Dex is down there, pump tires down there, Surf is down there. Solid X is here, $10. Did go below $10 early today, but that is down 8.5% right now. So a lot of what we call the blue chippy type of cryptos all down, obviously. Trump tires, pump tires, Mafia token down at 0008. What else? What else is down? Now, these kind of days when they're down, if you've got on-chain bet coming with Jacob, expected to launch in September, and you want to get PulsePot and stuff like that, they might be the days to get them if they have come down. I don't know if PulsePot's come down, but you can buy them and then go and convert them into the new on-chain bet, coin, right? These are sort of things you can think of. Anytime you can think of those. So those are all down at right now. What else there? Pulsealium's down, number 41, our latest farm, remember? It's down 9%. Mafia, of course, we talked about that. What else is down here? Some of the forks, right? Or at least some of the pump tire versions that are down. PTC, the Grays is down. So, man, this has come down a lot, man. OMG. This is wow. This is our biggest Dow blue chip. And it had a really amazing rally. Look at that rally it did. Look at that rally that PTC the Gray did. Oh boy, it got it has. I mean, let's be fair. We like the chart speaks 1,000 words. A huge fan of PTC. This is really one of our blue chips, arguably. But look, even they can suffer the wrath of the market, and some people making mad gains and fear and all the rest of it. And bam, look at that, got whipped down all the way down to 00035. Currently at 00045, so 4,500 now. But that was earlier today, was it? Wow, look at that. Whew. That's crazy. It's around the exploit time too, isn't it? So how many hours ago is that? 8 hours ago, yeah. So around that exploit time. And boy, oh boy, look at that. That's pretty crazy. So opportunity to get into PTC the Rays right now. And of course, had a beautiful rally too, up to 0008400. So it's just what it is. The RSI is really cooled off, guys. Good buy signals coming in for the DCA to pick up these tokens. So that is kind of cool. So some real drama on the streets. So there's dramas on the streets on the old PulseChain right now. Opportunities are picking. We got Unity down here, $13.83. We're going to talk about that later on. So let me drag that chart over to Unity. And that's a play. Teddy Bear takeover, so James Maria stuff down here. Peacock from Liberty Swap, and getting some increasing criticism there, whether it's justified or not. You can decide from people like Somi out there with posts around that. But we've got that there. What else? That's pretty much XUSD all the way down the bottom. Look at that! Whoa! I don't even see volume on that one, so no volume on XUSD. But that is crazy. So that's pretty much it. So let's get into the BetterBank stuff, shall we? We've got very few comments in the chat there, but those are the markets today. So the market got hit by the exploiter. Let's get into what happened and, of course, what has responded. So here we are. We had a BetterBank. So for those who are not familiar with BetterBank, this is BetterBank. And, of course, this has been a very successful launch. So I don't want to take anything away from necessarily from the launch. And you guys can decide yourself what you think. Obviously, it's had a negative impact with the exploit, no doubt about that. But this is the way I understand it, just as a simple overview. And that is Stronghold. There's Stronghold and there's Wildlands. Stronghold is kind of the actual Aave fork, and the Wildlands there's like the Aave with some bells and whistles added onto it. So it opens it up to more chances of being exploited, basically. It's a riskier product, right? So, risk of return. This is a more conservative product, the Stronghold. So Stronghold, as I understand it, is okay. It's all okay. And you can see the TVL is pretty much what the TVL was yesterday, 22 million. And it had got the total TVL was something like, what's it yesterday? 32 million, something like that all up. It was quite staggering. Remember that in the first 12 days, they did 21 million overall, and then they ended up booming over 30 million. We looked at that last night, and we were in Discord. We were like, whoa, that's over 30 million now. I think it was like 34 million or something. So it was pretty impressive. The yields at the moment on PDI are 42%, PulseX 40%, and Pulse there 48%. And this is kind of, as I understand, the classical Aave fork part, right? So that is a Stronghold. The other part, though, that got the exploits was the Wildlands, right? So the Wildlands got exploited, and this has been basically seized. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. It's still showing up as 4.37 million TVL in there, but essentially this has been shut down for the moment. Still got the prices of the derivative tokens, right? So derivative tokens are PDI-F and PulseXF and PLSF. So it's all got Fs on it, right? So there's tokens here. Do not buy those on the market. Basically, do not buy those on the market. And that is pretty much a warning from the team. So that is a basic overview. That's the basic overview of what BetterBank is. And let's come over to the update from BetterBank. So this is the first update. So the first update they gave, and this was at 5:20. So let me think about what time that was. So that's 6 hours and 40 minutes ago. So 6 hours and 40 minutes ago, first update. We have figured out what the exploit was and how it was done. At the moment, we're currently assessing the damage and looking for a way to counter it. The intention remains to shield our users from the theft. So clearly they're not to do with the team, but to do with the theft. And there will be further updates as we move to resolve this. So that is the declaration from the team itself. Now, I'm not representing the team, so I'm just reading it. Right? So don't nothing to do with me. But here we go. We got 5 hours. So BetterBank here. This is 5 hours ago. So this was about 50 minutes later. They gave this update. So this was 7. So what's that? 3, 5. So this is 5 hours, 5.5 hours ago. So we're seeing some small buys on favor tokens. Please do not do that. It's a loss. So don't buy those favor tokens. Exploit situation. The exploit has been found. It was an audited contract. So obviously they audited their contracts, and the way in which it was exploited was not in the audit report, which, it's people try to attack things in different ways in audits, and that in a sense, or at least think of the ideas how it could be broken. That was not discovered. It was the contract that minted bonus esteem on favored buys. So they added this bonus esteem feature on favor buys. So that opens up another, every time you add something to something, it always opens up another avenue of potential exploit, right? That's the basic idea. Someone was able to mint a lot of bonus esteem by buying favor on a peer that was not part of our intended peers. So there we go. An edge case that has opened up potential for exploit there. It was a peer with some crap token that could mint on the spot. They then looped that esteem into the smelter, and which minted them favor. So there we go. So they minted favor. They then sold that favor pool to the ground. They didn't care about the tax because they had a loop that's closed to infinite, basically infinite there. Within 10 minutes, though, of the attack happening, we closed all contracts and emergency paused the protocol, which is the current state. So it's currently under emergency pause there. All right, so that's coming back to this Wildlands, right? The next update was this. So that was the same time. Exploit damage, so 890 million PDI, so almost a billion PDI was in the exploit, which is not great for PDI holders, right? It wasn't great for PDI holders. But also there was 9 billion PulseX, which is not great for PulseX holders. Like I said, that's like having four, how many? Maybe five or six top PulseX sacrifices in the top 1,000, basically. It's like having 4 or 5 of their accounts get rugged. Pulse there was 7.4 billion, which is like having and like 7 of the top 1,000 Pulse sacrifices get rugged at the top end, of course. At the time of the theft, that was about $5 million. We now log a strong bad debt in our protocol. That's how they're going to do the accounting for it. So they log a debt there in their protocol, but it's pretty early in the protocol, right? A couple of weeks in. This wallet is the one that sold it, so they know the wallet that sold it, 69B, and you can see it on the account there. This is the wallet that received stolen assets on ETH and sold their stolen assets for ETH. So there we go. Let's have a quick look at that. Probably better to look at it on Frankabell or something, but we'll have a quick look, see what it comes up here. So this is the wallet that stole the Mutual Grandis, still sitting with a million there. It's now still got the 700,000 DAI. So I'm assuming this is reasonably up to date, the scanner, the blockchain scanner here. But 300 million DAI still sitting there. So it still seems to have the DAI sitting there. So that's interesting in itself. This wallet that received the stolen assets on ETH and sold their stolen assets for ETH. And that is the one there. So they stole the stolen assets for ETH. And that's the one there right now. So let's have a look. I guess we can bring up Frankabell. Maybe I think that does the ETH ones, right? And bam, let's have a look. See what it's got here. Nothing on that one, so I'm going to have to go to the ETH chain, right? So Ethereum. And it's all. Let me put a post in there then. So they have 215 ETH in there, almost $1 million sitting in there right now. So there we go. They are laughing themselves all the way to the ETH bank, and they will probably just sit on these ETH, just sit on the ETH and ride the ETH all the way up to the moon. So they just have to sit on this, and if ETH goes to where we're thinking, it's gonna 1 million becomes 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, and that's it. That's how easy it's done. So that is the exploit wallet. And there we go. And it's still got that something like 700 million DAI sitting there from the looks of it, at least. I don't know how up to date the block explorer was there, but that is the mark. And so yeah, let's go into the rest of it. So the ETH wallet was originally funded with about $400 by Tornado. Now they're sitting on $1 million. Yeah. So current actions: we are draining all favor pools further down to 0 to save as many of the core assets as we can. So obviously, the good stuff, Pulse and PulseX, as we can, still there. Whereby we're hereby issuing a bounty to anyone, anywhere, if anyone is able to find the true identity of the thief in a way that can be proven, or definite transactions, or to or from the centralized exchange, for example, from before they use Tornado Cash, that can lead to this identity, then we will share 20% of any money that can be recovered from this thief in any justice court on Earth. And we wouldn't be sad if the person in that country's the prisons in that country are worse. We are messaging the thief on chain to see if they be willing to at least return the 700 PDI. That's what we just saw sitting in the wallet on PulseChain. So we can make people whole, because they can't sell that much anyway. If the thief does that, then we will withdraw the bounty. So there we go. So it's not, the point is that they don't necessarily, they'll just sell as much as they can, right? I mean, they've already got the coins. It's money for them. So yeah, that is where we are. So let's have a look at where PDI is. This is PDI right now at the moment. So the PI, I don't know, just maybe the 700 million hasn't been sold down into it. So maybe they think they're okay. But the market chart on the PDI right now is surprising. It's holding up right now. What do you guys think in the chat there? Let me know, because some guy sitting in there 700 million, who knows, he's just probably going to dump it at some stage. Why hasn't dumped it already? Question mark. But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. The chart is not capitulated completely. We did see the wick though in the chart. We saw a lot sell. So that was 200k sell there back there. So yeah, let's see what happens with that. So that was, how many hours ago was that wick? That was 9 hours ago. So we shall see. We shall see what happens there. Let me pull up that contract. I'm going to pull that contract up again. Future actions, 5 actions. Future actions. We will close the exploit before relaunching the contract. So they do anticipate relaunching the contract there, and that is for, I guess, the wildlands. We will rewrite a new Esteem contract. So obviously, some people think, why even have it in there if it's been a vector for exploit. But of course, they're going to try and close the loop on that. and airdrop that to all genuine holders of the old Steam. So to put, I guess, the positions back where they were, we will rewrite and relaunch the favor contracts, and of course, we all stronghold assets in our treasury will not be withdrawn. So to just protect the asset base where it is, which essentially means we'll use it to forgive debt, the debt that they made, that 5 million. All assets we could save the LPs will be used to repay debt. Upon reactivation of the protocol, we will borrow against good collateral to forgive a bad debt there, to try and close off that ledger and make people, I guess, relatively whole as much as they can. Then we'll be restarted. The protocol will be able to recover from these amounts. So it's apparently not an existential collapse, but something they will be able to recover there. BetterBank, this will not be finished by today, however, so timeline, rather as soon as possible. So we'll stay paused for a while. Stronghold positions will remain intact. So if you're in there, you're just going to have to wait until they reset everything. So as we repay the bad debt to the best of our ability, those assets will become available for withdrawal. So it'll be an incremental process there. So we're deeply sorry that this happened, and that's from Nikki, right? So Nikki there, we've had Nikki on the show before, also part of the XUSD team, right? So there we go. Stronghold, we had a few comments, of course, in there from that. But that is the latest update that we had 5 hours ago or so, and that was from the BetterBank team. So there we go. That was, I think, pretty comprehensive sort of update from them. We've had a number of responses out in the community. Somi, your friend Somi, and other people, you can go check those out. Now, the thing is that anytime you're using a protocol that's on any blockchain anywhere, and you put your coins in those, you're always exposing yourself to issues like this. I mean, it's always the case, and it's just an inevitable part of just the way crypto goes. The only way of not getting involved in any of these is just leaving your coins in your wallet, right? So that's pretty much it. Not putting them into other people's wallets or into smart contracts. So you have to just ultimately decide, what risks you're willing to take. That's pretty much it. Right, so that is the BetterBank. So we wish them well in their recovery, and of course, to everyone that goes in there, recovery. Meanwhile, Stronghold, of course, is operating as normal, and the TVL still looking pretty damn strong at 22 million. And of course, recently, got put into DeFi Llama, which has boosted the yield there. So a setback for sure, but looks like the team has a plan, and looking forward to see them progress forward, obviously, to make people whole. So there we go. Hexter Mars says new name News Worst Bank. Yeah, I've seen a few names out there. Hexter Mars. I've seen a few names out there, but that is definitely where they're right now. So we get more news, we'll let you know. But they have looks like they're trying to make good of a bad situation there. Just shows you audits don't catch everything, right? So that's the thing with audits. Those don't catch everything. Now, we did see the flow of the money. So let's talk about the flow of the money a bit more. So we did see 9 hours ago, 395,000 EDI bridged out. So, we saw that. We saw the Pulse 6 move down. Of course, the Pulse has been smashed. We saw that get moved down, right, price. And of course, the Pulse Alerts did have the exploit there. 40,000 views, 42,000 views on that now, guys, on that announcement. So it's not like everybody hasn't heard about it. It's definitely out there. 20. So we had, let's just order here. So we had, basically 9-10 hours ago, we had 7.4 billion Pulse sold for 70 ETH, 338,000. Of course, that would just, smash the chart, right? So let's pull up the chart, shall we, before we move on? But don't want to go too far ahead here. Let's pull up the charts here. Let's have a look at some of this price action in action, so to speak. Price action in action there, something like that. You guys get it. So we got the Pulse chart there. Let's have a look, and we'll pull this in on, pull it on the hourly chart, shall we? Let's have a look at the hourly chart there. We're going to get rid of all the overlays, and we'll go full screen, full GGN screen. So that is the chart. That's what happened with the chart. Smash bang. I don't know what happened to my volumes. Some of the volumes there. So that is the chart there. Let's get rid of the RSI, and that's what we kind of saw over the last. That was the impact there. So let me go back on the chart here. So that is essentially 10 hours. So 10 hours there. We're sitting up at quadruple 0.46, and it was still humming along. Sort of not at the great high price on the lows, and then it got smash. And then we came in 337k volume jumped to $2.6 million. So look at the impact that this sort of thing has, right? So let's go back to the pulse alerts. So yeah, we had 338K sold down to 70 ETH. So we lost some more ETH, right? So we lost some more ETH as well. ETH has gone over from PulseChain. And then we also had the volume get all the way up to just on this hourly, 2.6 million. And that they took 300K out. So there we go. And then we had another day. The next hourly candle was a 1.1 million. So we went from 2.6 to 1.1 million. Then we had a nice little recovery. We got all the way down on the pulse price after 3 hours of brutal bloodshed there. We got down to quadruple 4,000 on the chart. So all the way down here. And then we've rebounded, had a nice little recovery there with some lower volumes. Obviously, there's less money in the chart and the LP, right? So it's able to bounce back a bit. And we got back to 4,400. Didn't recover fully, of course. And then we've just been slowly creeping down here to about 42, now 4,300 on the pulse price there. But the volumes have started to die away. And we're now in the last couple of hours, we've been doing about 180,000. But yeah, that is crazy. Crazy. All right, so that's it. That's another event there for PulseChain that didn't need another event that PulseChain didn't need. But that is the pulse price. Let's go to the PulseX price because obviously they got mashed. Got the monster mash. That's all you can do is just laugh a little bit about the situation because that's just there's not much else that you can do, right? Get all serious and down. No. That always cup half full, right? Remember, always cup half full despite the bloodshed on the street. Unless it's real bloodshed, then you can definitely cry about that. But that is where we are, right? We 10 hours ago, we're sitting at quadruple 3,300, and we got all the smash down here, all the way down to this candle, and that was about 2 hours later, and that was down to 3,100. Can you believe it? Whoa. We're now back just over 3,100. Actually, we got lower than that, didn't we? What was the low? 2,600, my bad. 2,600. We got down 2,600 there. So absolute pickings there. If you picked up that, congratulations. We're now back at almost 3,100 right now. But what we were doing in volumes, I can't see the volumes. Let me see. We got a 417,000 on that first wick down on the dump. Then we went to 518,000, 256,000. And we had a pump back to 480,000. And we had 236 and then 280. So those are sort of the candles we had there. And that is where we are. So what's it done to the RSI on the daily? Well, the RSI is sitting around 39. So there we go. Gives us a chance to have a nice recovery, I guess, at some stage. That's where we are right now. We've got marketing about to start, right? We've got marketing about to be distributed from Richard Hart on the streets very shortly. So that looks getting close, at least after the printing's done, printing labels. So that's kind of where we are there right now on the old pulse. And of course, we had that pulse. We talked about that. And we had the pulse dump, right? 9 billion pulse dump. We had that 263K. And so, yeah, I mean, look at that. That's over $500,000 right there. Yeah, we had all the dumps. So we had the sold and then bridged, Didn't muck around, did they? Sold and then bridged. So we lost that capital out over the bridge. Yeah, we had then another 390K bridge to Ethereum, 394. I'm not sure what this one's related to. Real PDI holders actually made money from the PDI tards there. So we've got some anti-PDI people. I'm sure that's hate speech on the blockchain. But we had that. We got Hexavator in house there. Hey, gang, good to see Hexavator. Big shout out. Welcome. We're just looking at the BetterBank exploits. And that's kind of where we are right now. So, last update, Pulse Alerts 8 hours ago. So that is pretty much it. That is a bit of a review of what happened. PDI is still holding up. This seems, well, someone's holding 700 million PDI in there. What is the motive for holding it there right now and not just dumpity dump? Are they going to do it slowly? Slowly dumpity dump, and let's see how it goes. But let's see what happens here. But yeah, I'm surprised people in the PDI community still believing. Yeah, let's see what happens to this chart. All right, that is where we are right now, and that's going to lead us into Unity. After all that bloodshed, we need some Unity, and here we are, Cryptographics offering the Unity. Now, we've got the price down, of course, PulseChain's down, all that. We're down $13.85. We pretty much moved down. Let's see how this got impacted. it was same, impacted as well. We had someone sell a lot of volume, obviously panic sell there, panic. No, actually, it was day. We probably there's more panic selling really than anything. We're up at $16.61, and then they got sold all the way down to $12.50. We're back up at $13.86, so a nice little pickup there. Remember, there's not a lot of volume coming out at all, I think, for at least the first 23 days. And so, the buy and burn will do its thing, right? Just slowly clip it up. So slowly clip that price up. Look, last couple of hours. So that is the Unity. And let's look at the ratio to PulseX. That's the more important one. All right, PulseX is down, obviously. But the ratio is actually still pretty good, right? So the ratio 2 days ago was up at 494,000 PulseX. Now it's at 447. So it's still doing pretty well on the old ratio there. So there we go. And the buy and burns, will just keep munching, and people buying and staking keep munching. That's pretty much it. So let's have a quick look at the Unity starts there. We got the Unity ROI is currently at 9,500% with the price down a bit. The staking is currently at 4,200%, and we're on day number 9. So we've had 8 days, and now we're on day number 9, 6 hours through. The buy and burn, of course, will be down in value because PulseX is down in value, but still looking pretty good there. We've got $385,000 in the buy and burn, set at 1%, so 1% of that value every day. We've got the buy and build at $270,000, let's say, 270,000, looking pretty good. And then the fractal there at the moment, sitting at $183,000. So, and that's at the current price of Pulse and PulseX, which are on the down today because of the exploit. So let's have a look at the stats overall for Unity. 1.38 million in the reward pool, looking pretty juicy. And we've got 99,361 in the reward pool. That's the amount of Unity. Goes down by 0.08% per day. Liquid is in the house there. We've got 770 tokens liquid, so not much at all. And total supply has gone down a couple hundred actually since yesterday. We're down at 18,032. So the cheaper, a little bit cheaper there. The buy and burn's even buying more Unity and burning it, right? So the buy and burn loves it when the price comes down just even a little bit. Amount of Unity that's burnt, almost 2,000, and they've got 6,100 has been staked so far. So there we go. Total shares, 172 billion in the total shares, and PulseX burned 1.42 billion. And of course, with the cheaper, I guess it's enjoying the buying and burning of PulseX as well. That's pretty much Unity. Should we go? Let's have a look at the analytics dashboard, and we'll have a quick look at the team there. So if you want to check out Unity, you can do that. I'll post the link in the chat there for those that want to make a creation or staking. Bam, bam, bam. That is the link to Unity. Big shout out to Cryptographics. He's crushing it every day. He's out there working hard, which we love. We love that. We love people going out there promoting. It's kind of cool because it's what we like doing. So there we go. Unity. And let's have a look at the maps here. So like I say, future Unity coming out. The first real jump that we're expecting is on day 23. We're jumping. We've got 1,500, almost 1,600 Unity coming out. It's the first day we really have some big inflation at all, or reward inflation, as we might want to call it. And then we tick along there. We have a little bit of a jump on day 31. We've got about 3,500. But really the next big day is 34. So 23 and 34 are kind of the next two big days where we have big step ups in the amount of Unity in the market. And we're going to have about 14,500 coming out on the 34 days. So this is when we expect the chart to adjust, particularly maybe day 23 is only modest, but we do have quite a few days coming out. But certainly by the time we get to day 34 with a 14,000 increase, remember, we only got 18,000 on the market now, then that will definitely have an impact there. We'll see how it goes. And then we're in the new territory, right, where we've got much higher candles all the way through, right, to day 60. And then we've got 42,000 coming out, or more 43,000 coming out that day on day 60. And of course, as we move forward in time, since we're only on day 9, which is this day, so this is where we are right now. As we move forward in time, these candles will get more people come in, and these will get distributed more and more to other people. Day 89, let's have a look at that. Day 89 is this candle here. Currently 3.5, almost 3.6 million Unity coming out that day, and that will get flatter and flatter and flatter as we go over time, right? Because we'll have more and more people come in relative to the additional Unity out in the reward pools every day. So that's kind of the play, and you can see it over there. That's a cumulative roadmap right now. So that is Unity, and tick 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 tock tick tock. So Unity looking real good in the with the exploit day, still performing like a boss, really, isn't it? So still doing its thing. Not really any changes to the old Unity. And I was going to bring Torus up too, so let's bring up Torus. Bam, bam, bam. Torus. Let's go. And Torus at the moment, $2.70 at the moment on the old Torus. And of course, we are expecting, supply and demand to adjust. And then, I think once we get through to, into the day 89 or something, I think we're going to see probably some cool things happen as the market suddenly, says, well, we've had kind of this first phase, and now it's time for maybe some market makers to come in. We'll see, and start to take major positions. That's kind of the idea, and earn some of that sweet ROI. That's kind of the scenario I see playing out. We've got earn. Let's have a look at the yield at the moment. 4,350% on creations. This is over on Ethereum now, so we've got not Pulse and PulseX, but Titanx and ETH. And the stake there, 3,159. So we're getting, closer to a flippening, there, which is, people, it's what it's theoretically supposed to do, and in practice as well. And so, it's getting closer. Still a gap there, still a decent gap, but that's pretty interesting. And that's really the part of the mechanism, part of the magic that we're expected to see play out, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that. We're on day 48 over here, so we're quite a while more advanced. 39 days ahead, as it say. And we got all this money sitting in Titanx and ETH in there, so it's pretty cool. What's that? Over 400,000 in the buy and burn. The buy and builds, almost 280,000. And the fractal there, we've got another 213,000 in there as well. So looking really good, capturing all that value. And of course, as ETH goes up and as Titanx does a reversal, man, this thing could really rewrite pretty fast. So there we go. The pool at the moment, 96,300 tokens in the reward pool, $260,000 of value on Torus. The liquid amount is, where is it here? Over here. Liquid supply definitely jumped up. So we're, moved away from, 1,500, 2,000 tokens. We're now got 10,976. So the supply chains, once the profiles start coming out, we're getting into the sort of middle zone now, day 48, right? We are in the middle zone right now, 48, because we just passed halfway of 88, right? So we're back up with 10,000, 11,000. So the market has to adjust to that, right? So we've got 41,100 tokens in existence now. And then we've got burn Torus at 14,600. We've got stake Torus at 7,000. And we've got Torus shares at 3.38 billion. And total Titanx burn 228. So that's kind of where we are right now. So this is a bit of a sneak peek of where Unity will be in the future. But Unity has, at least out of the gate, has much bigger adoption. So we're going to see, quite a few different variables there with the profile, but different than other stuff like that. So it's going to be fun to see them both, dance along, as it were, All right, so that is kind of where we are right now. Should we have a look at the June dashboard? How much time we got here? 58 minutes. Let's have a look at the June dashboard as well. Hopefully it's been updated recently. 10 hours ago, so it's a little old. 10 hours ago, so it's a day behind, let's say. But well over $1.1 million gone into the protocol. Over 100 ETH, almost 4 trillion Titanx. So it's a pretty successful protocol. Future Torus is just under, around about probably close to 13.33 million with the day rollover. What else? Is the day roller? Oh, maybe it already has 5. No, I don't think it has. And this is the profile here. So ticking off there. Now, because it's 39 days ahead, it's got a much bigger, longer future profile, right? So the max day now is something like day 136 or something. It's ticking away there. So day 89, we jump from day 88 is at 1.6 million, and we jump to 3.3 million, and then it's on all the way up. And of course, by the time we get out to day 136, we're at 13, just below 13.3 million, no doubt, somewhere like that. That is the future days coming out. That's definitely getting flatter, isn't it? Definitely flatter. Just under 1.7 million there. So I think adoption is how's adoption going? Let's have a look at adoption. Scroll all the way down to adoption. So what's this? Creations. So creations are slow down a bit there. since probably the day 27, but the maths just continues to operate, right? So we've had just a little slowdown there. Obviously, we've had PulseChain Unity launch over the last few days as well, the last 9 days in this period, but it just ticks away. It's going to be pretty exciting. Even with or without adoption, it's from now on, it's going to be interesting. In terms of the pace, we'll probably have ebbs and flows. Usual ebbs and flows. It's going to be interesting to see that play out. And stakes, we've had an increase in stakes, which is part of the plan, right? That's part of the plan. So you get a little bit of a quieter creations period, and then you get a more staking period. And look what we got. We've got supply coming out, and we've got people staking. So there we go. That's part of what we expect to see. So it's only starts slow and gets bigger from here. So that's really interesting. That is, kind of cool. It's really cool when you see some of the things that you're expecting to see, because that's where the maths is sort of driving the behavior and the market. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, so fun times on the frontier of DeFi with cryptographics. So that's kind of the cool stuff there. That's with Unity, and that was with Torus, and not bad at all. I think that was it pretty much on the charts. So let's pull up the pulse chart there, and let's have a look at this as I want to have a quick look at the daily there. So we're going to get rid of the overlays and check that out. Oh, we've got cryptographics in the chat there. Repost the stream. A big shout out for that. Much appreciated. Much love for that one. And crushing it there. And seeing those little stakes coming up there on the old Torus there, cryptographics. Yeah, you must be excited to see that, because that's exactly what you expect to start seeing, especially as those ROIs start coming together. You got more supply coming out. Then people get in those higher ROIs. Yeah, nice move. Exciting times. Only Crypto, what up, legends? Good to see you as well. Welcome to the chat. Awesome stuff. So let's have a look where PulseChain's at right now. Obviously, let's have a look with the RSI. So we've got all the bullish crosses, right? So everything's bullish cross. However, today on the move, we've got this big volume candle out of exploit nowhere. And we were doing about $1 million a day, maybe up to 1.5 million over the last sort of 10 days, and then suddenly, bam, exploit day. People see people with their charts, exploit day, BetterBank there, and we got $6.8 million in volume on the pulse chart there. RSI is simping down there, and we do have, because of the exploit there, we do have an accelerated turn down of the 9-day moving average. That's that pink line there, which we'd been riding, right? We'd been riding it as soon as we broke above it. Down we came, right? Pretty much down we came. We're just below the 50-day moving average for Pulse right now, which is at 4,300. We're just below that right now. So it'd be nice to get back over that, right? It'd be nice to get back over the 50. Hopefully, maybe the 9-day can bounce off the 34-day, the purple line there. That'd be pretty neat. If not anything, the 50-day, right? The 50-day, which is down at 4,300. So then we get to turn up, right? We got very bullish stuff with the marketing coming up. And the exploit's been shut down, so we're back to normal. So it's a chance to pick up some good stuff over the next day or two, the next couple of days. Pick up some good deals on the old PulseChain. And you never know, maybe a market maker comes in and says, well, nah, thanks very much, we're going to have a better time than this, and picks up. But of course, you can't always hold on to that. But that's where we are right now on the old charts. Moving to the weekly, and see what the weekly chart looks on PulseChain. And bam, there we go. So we don't have a 200-day moving average yet, a 200 weekly moving average, but we do have good support on the weekly 9-day, which is up here at the 50. Now that the 9 weekly has crossed over the 21, crossed over the 34, and is up where the 50 is right now. And that's exactly where the market price is right now. So we got a bit of support here at 4,300 on the moving averages, despite the exploit. We'll see how it goes. Interestingly enough, the weekly volume still looks pretty similar to the previous week, but of course it hasn't got the rest of the week in it. And the RSI just got blipped down all the way from 63 down to 51. So there we go. Still got our higher lows in the charts. So everything's still looking pretty good there. That is where we are. So we're still intact on the weekly, guys. And if we add in the overlays, we can still see that we're pretty much testing also at the junction of the long-term downtrend. So this 4,300 on Pulse is a very important line to defend. That's all we can say, right? We definitely want to close the week around or above that line. That's the mark right now for the 25th of August. 25th of August. Let's go to the daily chart then to see how far through we are on that. 25th. So yeah, looks like we've just we just started that candle. I think maybe we have. So that is on the weekly. So yeah, very important line right now where we are. This junction here, 4,300. What else? We've got the RH promotions are pretty imminent, right? And interest rate cuts as well. So we've still got our fundamentals in play, but the exploit there unexpected, and bam, there we go. Just the way it goes sometimes. Your last buy? Is it your last awesome buy? Is this the moment? Remember the BetterBank exploit? That was the last time we had a chance to buy. Buy for the moon. Well, maybe that's very much what it is, right? Offering you that last discount that you really want, that you really wanted and you didn't know that you wanted. Well, there we go. That is the old pulse chart there. And Hex, let's do a look at Hex too. Why not? I just feel like we should look at these charts, the cores right now. And let's have a look at the old Hex chart. So Hex chart there. I can't remember what this must be stuff on my bigger chart timeframes, but we'll just move them all away now anyway. So yeah, Hex right now is on the daily. We've obviously got a turn down on the 9-day, below the 21 and the 34, heading towards the 50. 50 is going to be a pretty important strong mark there. 50 at 98 hundredths of a penny on the old P Hex. Let's go to the weekly on the old Hex. And that's where we are. So we're still very much strong. We're very much above the previous downtrend. So Hex is still looking relatively strong to others. And we're sitting at 8,800 a penny. We bounced back today, man. That's insane, right? Look at that. Sorry for the current week. We bounced down. We actually touched. Look at where we touched the line on the old previous resistance, which is now support. And we're bounced back up here to 88. Does that typically mean we're going to come back down here to hit the 73 again? It's never inevitable, right? But we've had a nice little bounce back. Let's see how we get on from there. We're at 50 on the RSI on the old weekly. And finally, let's have a look at PulseX, right? Because PulseX, I just want to look at PulseX ratio. Let's have a look at PulseX ratio. And yeah, we well and truly broke that uptrend there. So we're in new horizons now for PulseX, sitting at 71, 73, with the exploit taking us down to 0.68 pulse per PulseX. So yeah, we're definitely on new territory there. So now I guess we need some new lines, right? Need some new lines. I guess the only line we've really got here is the horizontal. We could make lots of sort of angular things over here, but that's probably not worth it. So yeah, let's see where we head there. So that is kind of a bit of new structure there on the old PulseX. But hey, over time, as we know, we get the momentum back, then this is all going to be going back over 1-to-1 because all the protocols that are coming, the buy and burn is deflationary on PulseX, and Pulse has modest inflation. So yeah, it's going to only head one way. But maybe the last dip in the ratio. There we go. Last sales are on here with PulseChain. So that is PulseX right now. Kind of cool. How are we doing for time? An hour and 7 minutes. Not bad at all. And of course, it's currently 12:38 because I started half an hour early just to make sure I could get through there. So kind of cool. So not much else to talk about there from what I can tell. And I don't know if you've seen. Have you guys seen this? I'm not sure it's on there. But we've had there's a little girl from Scotland who's become a hero. I don't know if you've seen it. But amazing. This girl here become amazing. She has become the defender of Scotland because the men can't defend Scotland. Men can't defend the West. But apparently, a 14-year-old girl with the hammer and sickle can. So it's a game on here with freedom, and of course that's what we got. The fight back in PulseChain, right? Fight back in PulseChain, same thing. 14-year-old Scots girl defending the line. Or in this case, buying up all the discounts on right now. We got Sean in the house there. Morning all. Buy the dip. I did, says Sean. There we go. So some good sober advice there. Buy the dip on the old chart there. So we did go through PulseX, Hex, just to give you an all idea of what's going on. And it's time to pick up the good stuff, as they say. Unity performing as required. So that's been pretty good. I definitely get that. I got to show this little video just while I do it because this is fantastic. This little girl is lighting up the world because this is what the West should be doing. So let's play this little video. Got to play this little video here. This has been animated. She's been animated, but look. Rah. Yeah. So there we go. I got to play that. That is the hero of the West right now, and gone viral, and for good reason. We need a bit of that. Was it Joan of Arc? Remember Joan of Arc? Yeah, it's kind of like the modern Joan of Arc. What else? I think that's it. So yeah, woke up to that exploit today, and thought, oh, well, there's a discount sale. That's all you can do whenever you see something like that. Now, obviously, they need to be shut down, and so it was at least they paused it. They seem to have done a good update 5 hours ago from BetterBank to say how they're going to handle it and try to make people whole, and saying it's not existential death, but just a delay on the way. They've still got the Aave part of it intact, 22 million TVL. So everything is heading in the right direction there. Let's see what happens to the exploiter. Very hard to catch those guys, right? That's all we can say about that. Very hard to catch them. And we'll see if that does, end up getting any details there. So yeah. What will happen to PDI though? 700 million PDI sitting in the wallets. What do you guys reckon will happen to PDI? Because PDI at the moment, the believers are still believing. And it's still sitting at 43. And we shall see. People favoring the cause, of course. People favoring stable coins. We get a bit of risk management going on at the moment. Probably some of the things we will see. In any case, if you guys haven't checked out the monster thread, you should definitely check that out because that is showing a lot of good stuff that's happening. I might post the monster thread in the chat there if you guys haven't checked it out already. But we've got lots of good things happening in there, and that's the news over the last week, so you can definitely check that out. Let me post that in as well. So if you haven't read the monster thread for the latest hottest week, monster thread, that's number 16. And we've got marketing is very close, right? Marketing is very close. I guess the label's probably all being done. And we'll be covering that as soon as we get more news around that. So that's the monster thread. And that will probably be probably hit the news next week, no doubt, is monster thread number 17 when that comes out. Because we'll probably hopefully have some little photos or something like that of all these LCD devices being dropped by Richard Hart. Could be pretty awesome. In fact, let's go have a quick look to see Richard Hart has posted anything out as well. Richard Hart, the Lion Man. Let's see if he's been posting anything. I didn't actually check today. No, nothing checked there at the moment. So that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's content. Yes, PulseChain, a discount sale on now, thanks to Exploiter. Unfortunately, and it's never a good thing when we get funds siphoned off the chain. But hopefully they do catch them. Hopefully BetterBank people that are in there do get made whole, and it looks like the team's on the move to do that. PDI question mark. What happens to PDI? I guess that's what you got to ask yourself. What happens to PDI in the interim? Because the guy's still sitting on 700 million coins. What will happen? Let me know what you guys think will happen, because a lot of people sitting on the old PDI made some mad gains recently too. PDI currently holding at 4,600 of a penny. So we shall see. The belief is strong, as they say amongst this group. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I will catch you guys all in the next show, I guess. We've got actually tomorrow, after the show, we've got tomorrow's show, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then we've got the X Spaces Rising Stars. Let's pull it up first before we go, because it's important you guys turn up. It's going to be able to meet a lot of the hot teams on PulseChain. So you definitely want to meet that. Let's add that in. Bam. So this is PulseChain DeFi Rising Stars. It's going to be on tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. And of course, that's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon in New Zealand, or about 11 o'clock in the morning in Australia. So that's X-Space, and you can hear from the PulseChain Rising DeFi Stars. So we're going to have some really great teams there. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And so yeah, just make sure you turn up to that. And I'm going to post the link in the chat for that. And you can join up for sure. So let's go for that. So PulseChain, that is tomorrow. So it'll be after the show tomorrow. DeFi Rising Stars, X-Space, and we're going to have some great teams there, so you can join along, hear from some of the best. And that'll probably be a good uplift too from today's exploit. You'll be able to get some really positivity from the teams and all the cool things they're doing. A lot of these teams will have a lot of cool things that are coming to PulseChain, and they've got been around for some time, so you should enjoy that. That is PulseChain DeFi Rising Stars. I got Rising Starts, but it's Rising Stars there coming up. Wiki says the force is strong with PDI. Yeah, apparently so far. We'll see how that goes. Obviously a bit of dumpity dump. Made DCA. They made DCA out. That's the whole thing. We shall see. Maybe they have other plans. Maybe who knows? But we'll find out. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Special thanks to all the people that reposted the show. Cryptographics was one of those, and I think there was one or two others. So big shout out for that. Now, if you haven't joined our Discord, the link's in the video description. We have Strategy Club, $35 a month, fantastic value. I've got a monthly report coming up soon, a couple of days for the Strategy Club, so definitely get in time for that. We've got the Crypto Night Show Top 10 Index, so you can see what those are in there. And I just recently recorded a video on those. I'll be doing some more updates around some of those too. We obviously have Intel going in there all the time, so if you want to get some of the latest Intel around crypto and PulseChain, we have that. We also have a lot of strategy chats as well, so you can hear all the latest strategies that we're thinking about, all those. Join up Strategy Club today, only $35 a month. We also have the community membership, which is $12.50 a month. And we also have the only crypto helpline out there and all the resources you could possibly want. So join up to the Discord, amazing. And of course, ultimately, it's the people that count. And we've got some terrific people in there also. So join up today. All right, on that note, all the links in the video description, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Sail on. Time to buy. All right, take care, everybody. See ya. That's right.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
All right, bye for now. Take care.